My name is Hubert, and today we are coming at you with some Team Fortress 2 gameplay, playing as the Pyro with the Degreaser, the Scorch Shot, and the Postoplometer. Now this isn't my normal build. This is by no means my normal build. You should already know something, that the map is weird, and there's only one enemy. This is Saxon Hail mode. What Saxon Hail mode is that it's everyone against one person, but that person is extremely tanky, powerful, etc., 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 etc. If you play TF2, then I highly suggest that you should look this up. Go on the server list and just look up first the Saxon Hail. This one has multiple different Saxon Hail characters. This one currently that you're seeing me kill is Blackbeard, but I'm not here to talk about the game mode. Well, I kinda am. Today I'm going to be talking about why exactly I feel as though TF2 has the best, or has two, in my opinion, has two spots for me. It has the best community of any video game that I've played, and also it has it is, in my opinion, one of the best first-person shooters of all time. Now, I have not played for all first-person shooters. A lot of the old ones escaped my grasp. But the reason that I find this game is like, again, deserving of the title of best FPS on the market is because, for one thing, it's a free-to-play game. For another thing, it's like 6 years old. This is an old game. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But and just it has so much longevity in it. Partially because it's a good game, partially just because of the community that is like behind game modes like these. Shut up, phone. But so yeah, I just love the community and like the creativity of them. I mean, like the Nope.Abby, that's just like a 3-second video, and it's recognizable all across the internet, regardless of even if you play TF2 or not. You still know the Nope. And another reason that I find this game to be so much fun is because, well, like, just even without the community behind it, without these game modes, without all of that stuff, it's still a really fun game. First off, I gotta say I love the class based systems. I like most of my shooter experience comes from playing Battlefront 2 with my friend, and we played that for like years, and so scene cut. This is a different game. I played. This is just some record. By the way, this is just some recording from a couple hours last night. I cut it a lot. So obviously it's only going to be about 15 minutes. I'm not going to post 2 hours worth of gameplay. But I do keep pretty much the same build throughout the entire time, just because it has so much control over the character, the Saxon Hail, if you will. But back to what I was saying about the whole, even in vanilla, this game has such longevity. Like, I did not realize that there are game modes like this until, I don't know, a few months ago. And even before then, okay, yeah, about a few months ago. And even then, even before I played this game mode or anything along those lines, I really enjoyed the game still. I mean, the items are all really balanced. There are a few exceptions. Like the black box is slightly better than all the other ones just because of the healing that it can give. There are a few other exceptions to gun balance in this game, but for the most part, everything's really balanced. And like there's such a I don't know, depth to this game for just being go in this arena, shoot enemy till they die. There's a lot of depth like with itemization and like backstories even like for example like Game Theory's video on the pyro and like that those details were there. You could see them at any point. It's just that nobody had put them together completely. And that's just amazing to me. And you know, I will say this. I do like the Smite community. There are other communities that I'm a part of that I enjoy, but they're not nearly as good as the TF2 community. I mean, there's so much that the TF2 makes for this game. I mean, the community literally makes this game. If there wasn't really this much of a backing to it, nobody would probably nobody would play this or still be playing it. And it's just really cool how this kind of game has just survived. Trying to think of a frame of reference, and I honestly can't think of one. Like, I cannot think of a game that's as old as this game that's still being played, other than like WoW or those really big name games. And that's kind of surprising. I mean, another thing that I really like about this game is that it's not pay to win. There's a lot of free-to-play games that just kind of, oh, you can get this gun now, or you could spend 3 years grinding to afford it, when other people who have actually bought the game or actually paid for in-game purchases, oh, they've already completely unlocked it, and suddenly scene change. And that's one of the things that I hate about games. Like, Smite's kind of the same way. It's free, but it's not a pay to win. Like, I feel like a lot of free-to-play games are going in the pay-to-win direction. Like, oh, what's that one game? Warframe. That, to me, seems like a very big pay-to-win, just because of the fact that it takes so much to buy guns, to unlock guns. And just, you can't even get any other chassis besides the basic one without having to put forth without having to actually pay for in-game purchases. And that's not free-to-play. That's a pay-to-win. And there are just so many other games that fall into the pay-to-win deal. And that really kind of says something about the gaming industry. I mean, the increased desire for money. Money has just been such a massive part, or it's become such a massive part of the gaming industry. I mean, sure, it was there before. Like, it's been there for a long time. Obviously, some people have to make a living, but I mean, the greed that goes into video games, like, case in point, EA. They are so bad when it comes to greed. Like, the fact that they put out pretty much the same game every year in the Madden and FIFA and etc., etc., etc. games, the sports games, those just come out like every year, and they're some of the biggest selling games of the year, and that's absolutely ridiculous. It's just stupid. But then there are other games like like Smite, for example. Smite is free. You don't have to really put forth okay, you do have to put forth effort to unlock gods, but you don't have to grind for like 3 years to unlock them. It doesn't feel monotonous. It just feels like gaming. It feels fun. I mean, I can't really say anything. I've had the God Pack since I've started playing pretty much. But ignoring that fact, like I have a friend who hasn't bought the God Pack, and he has a good amount of gods unlocked just from using favor. Scene change, by the way. Also server change. We're on a different map, different server as a whole. The old server after that game that just ended, everyone got off, and so it was just boring. So I decided to join a new server with people. Yay, people! You never hear me say that again. But still, where was I? Oh yeah, Smite, and how it's not really free to play, or it's not really pay to win. Just the fact that it's a reasonable amount to unlock a god, and the amount, and the only thing that you really have to buy in Smite is the only thing that you can buy that you can only get by paying money for is the skins. And even then, Hi-Rez gave out, what was it, 800 gems for the release. Two skins giving out to everyone free. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Hi-Rez is like the perfect company. That by no means. There's no such thing as a perfect company. Closest thing is probably Valve, and that's because Gabe and Pliss. The Steam sales. The Steam sales! But that's getting off track. That's getting off track. Oh hey, we actually managed to kill him in this one. Don't remember how. Focus. Focus. Just kind of the general feel of how nothing is free anymore. Like another game that I've played a lot in my time is Battlefield Bad Company 2, and I also played Battlefield 3 for a while. And those are both great games. My biggest gripe with them though is the DLC. The fact that you had to pay $15 to get 3 maps, maybe a new gun, meh. And that just bothered me. Like I didn't like having to pay for money that would just
not down there.
create more of a game. The game it should have been there in the first place. And I understand Battlefield 3 was not necessarily the greatest example because it did feel like a full game vanilla. There are other games like, I don't know, what's a good one? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there are a lot of games now. Call of Duty. Call of Duty's a good one. I haven't really experienced this in Black Ops 2, which was the last one that I played. I haven't picked up Ghosts because it's terrible, but they just felt like they didn't have enough maps to actually be a full game without having to buy monthly DLC just in time for another COD to come out. And that was just upsetting to me. The fact that there are so many times you had to pay to get stuff that should have been included in the game for free. And I understand there's sometimes there's DLCs that are actually worth paying for, like any story-based DLC, like the Skyrim DLCs. Oh my goodness, those were so worth paying for. They were so good. Also, like the Borderlands 2. Love Borderlands 2. I love Gearbox scene change, by the way. And the DLCs actually felt like an addition to the game. It felt like actually a whole other experience, sort of. Granted, they were kind of, they still like you still use the same character. They still had the same characters in them for the most part. There were a few new added characters like Mr. Torque. What else did they add? Can't really think of any at the moment. But yeah, I just love it when DLC is actually DLC and not, oh, we forgot to put this in the game. Let's just tack it on for another $15. Genius! Genius! And another thing is how I'm going back to EA, how they handled Battlefield 4 Day 1 DLC. Really? Really? And the Day 1 was like, not the DLC, just Day 1 in general was just terrible. They should have, you know, put forth effort into actually making the game and not just doing the thing. But it looks like the video's coming close to an end, so gonna go ahead and do my outro now. If you guys enjoyed, please do a like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good nonsense. If you didn't, then please leave a comment while you hit my guts and rain. Anyways, just kind of looking for feedback. And so, leave a comment what you guys think. I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about DLC, pay-to-wins, free-to-plays, etc., etc. But so, yeah, I will see you guys later.